Okay. Just setting everything up here. Okay, let me move this. All right. Right, so here we go. Another session of inking Birdking, and we've got a really busy page today. A lot of like a big action shot and two small panels of Birkin hands. So let's get cracking with it. Oh, Kieran is here. Hello, Kieran. How are you? What's new, man? What's cracking? All right, let's pick the right pen. Today I actually loaded my fountain pens with ink before joining the live stream, so hopefully that won't be a thing today, but you never know. Oh, cool tunes, the usual suspects, they're all here. I'm good, thank you. It's been really hot here, kind of humid. It feels very tropical today, and I think I didn't drink enough water last night, so I woke up with a stupid headache. But I think that's my fault for going to bed without drinking water. Other than that, I'm good. I've been working on Birdking, working on some thumbnails, and filming some videos for my online course that should be launching next month. And obviously, if you're a patron, you probably had access to this course ages ago and you probably got a really good price. But if you haven't done it, this is your chance to do it on an actual online platform that you can have access to all the time. Uh, okay, yeah, Kieran is not happy with this weather either. I'll tell you what, yeah, it's not ideal, this weather, but it is better than, pissing down on us every day with grey skies. So I try not to complain about hot weather in the UK because I know we usually have shitty weather. Okay, so who else we got here? We got Jordan. Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, nice to see you here live. Oh, really? You actually watched the pre-recorded? You know what? I always wonder about that. I wonder if people actually watch the recorded live streams. Because I have the option to kind of delete them after, and I just haven't got around to doing it, and I wasn't sure if people actually spend time, watching them since they're supposed to be live. But obviously, if you couldn't make it to the live stream, then I assume a lot of people wouldn't see the point. But good to know. Good to know that Jordan actually does that. Okay, squeeze more ink out of these. Well, good to hear. So, well, if you don't make it to any of the live streams, I'm going to leave them there so you can actually access them and you can actually watch them. So, good. But yeah, other than the weather and having a headache this morning, everything has been all right. I haven't had a chance to sketch freely today. I've been doing thumbnails, I've been doing videos, and I haven't had a chance to actually sketch, which is something that I tend to do every day. So perhaps after the live stream, I'll be able to sit down for a few minutes and just have a little sketch of just random things. I recently bought like a manual, like gaming manual for Bloodborne, and is massive, and it has every weapon, every character, it has all the maps, and I'm just geeking out on that book. It is incredible, and just for the information of it, obviously, I finished Bloodborne about what 3 times, so I don't really need the information from the book to finish the game. But I just love the idea of going through every character, every final boss. Yeah, and I'm just kind of redrawing items and redrawing characters and looking at hunter outfits. I'm loving this little book. So I'm looking forward to being able to sit down and draw a few items and things from that book. Because yeah, I think this has become a thing. There's quite a few artists and illustrators who have done kind of game manuals for games that don't exist. And I find that to be really, really cool. And I'd love to do that one day. But obviously, I don't have the time right now. But if I get a chance, I'll do it. I'll join the trend. Well, it's not a trend. I've only seen a couple of artists do it, but they've done it really, really well. Yeah, so I also have a Bloodborne art book, and it's really cool. But I have to say, the manual is a lot cooler. It's super thick. It's gigantic, and it has the stats, and it tells you what damage you do with every weapon. And I don't know. It just feels like a Dungeons and Dragons manual for Bloodborne, and I love that. Okay, let's fill this in with black. So you guys saw that. Obviously, you can tell that's Birdking hand. So, oh shit, how did I? Okay. Also, guys, recently, as you probably know, I keep on getting my hands covered in ink, and I've worked out that rather than going and washing my hands in the sink every time, I can just use some of these kind of wipes, and okay. And it's a lot easier to kind of clean my fingers with it while I'm working, to make sure that I don't get any smudges and bits of ink on my paper like I did a few live streams ago. Okay, so just give me a second. I'm cleaning up here. I'm trying to be a bit tidier this time. I don't want any accidents. Okay, here we got it. Put that there, and let's bring in the brushy brush. And fill this in with black. Yeah, I think this brush finally is releasing the amount of ink that I wanted to release. So I'm quite happy about it. It feels very smooth now. Like these brushes, you have to like press them from the neck to release ink, but I had to constantly do it. I just thought it was a shitty brush, but I think it finally kind of loosened up a little bit, and it works great now. Yeah, Kieran, sorry about this much last time. That I know a lot of you were gutted about it. I didn't see it coming. As soon as I switched the light table off, we all saw the little smudges all over the page. But I'll have you know that you can't really see them on the scan page that you'll have on the final book. So it's all good. I'm guessing it's either a page that won't sell very well as an original, or is a page that will sell a lot better because it's so rare and damaged. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see which one it will be. Okay, let's add a bit of ink here. Okay, I went rogue here, and I'm kind of regretting it a little bit. No, that's okay, actually. That kind of works, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Let's cover this here. Okay. And also, another thing that I wanted to mention, I know a few of you are not actual patrons, and you just found me on YouTube, which is really cool. But a new thing that I've done on Patreon right now is the chat. There was a lot of people asking me about Discord. I'm not much of a Discord person. I think I think I used it once for like a job that I had where I had to like interact with people to help them create this book, and get information, etc. So whenever I use Discord, it reminds me of work and people like actually making requests on my art, etc. So I wasn't too crazy about it, but Patreon has a chat that anyone who's a patron can actually use, and we can just chat about anything there. And I obviously I only opened it like 2 days ago, but it's quite nice to kind of go in there and check it every morning and kind of see what all of you are up to. And I'm assuming it works in the same way Discord works. And yeah, so if you're a patron and you haven't checked out the chat, have a look. It's hopefully it will be a nice kind of way for us to kind of connect and exchange ideas, and you can ask me questions and make suggestions, etc., etc. I feel like I've been doing this Patreon thing for quite a while now, and I think I was missing that bit where I can actually connect with all of you right away. So let's hope it's something that we can keep on doing. Yeah. Uh, cool tunes, cool tunes. You don't pester me at all. Whenever I see your comments online, it really brings a smile to my face. It makes me feel supported. It also, especially on YouTube, it lets me know that my stuff is not going into the void, and there is someone out there keeping an eye on my stuff. So I really appreciate it. I I still have memories of what it was like posting the stuff online and not getting any comments or any attention or anything at all. Uh, and it was quite kind of disheartening, especially back then because you weren't sure if it was because your art was shit or because people just hated the way you were doing things, etc. I spent a lot of time on DeviantArt back in the day, trying to post all my work on there, and I just wanted to get noticed. I wanted people to see my work. I wanted uh, everyone to see what I was capable of doing, and it proved to be very very difficult. And uh, obviously, I kept at it because I love what I do, but it's nice to kind of interact with people and see that your work is resonating with others out there. So Cooltoons never feel bad about interacting with my work online and leaving me comments and stuff. Yeah, I genuinely appreciate it. Oh, hello, Big Blue. Big Blue is in the room. Good evening to you, sir. Okay, so let's carry on with this hand. Uh, I don't want to talk too much about this page I'm working on because I don't want to. I mean, you guys know that if you come to this live stream while I'm inking pages for volume 4, there are going to be spoilers. And for that, I apologize, but I can't help it. I've got to finish these pages, obviously. So try not to read too much into what I'm inking and just enjoy the process. So I'm not going to talk too much about this page, but for those of you who still remember volume 1, these panels are a callback to some of the early pages of volume 1 for Birdking. Also, while I'm here and I remember, Daniel and I were creating a little QR code that takes you to a page where you can read the first, I think it's the first 10 or 15 pages of Birdking volume 1 for free, which is really cool. It's a really cool app. And then obviously if you like it you can buy it, etc. So I'll be posting that online, possibly on Patreon as well. So you guys, I know a lot of you have read Birkin already, but so you can like send it to your mates and people who you think may like the book, and just kind of spread the good word of Birkin out there, evangelizing with Birkin all the comic readers that you know that you think will probably like the book. I just thought it was such a good idea, and that was all Daniel. And yeah, I'll share that QR code with you guys. Eventually, I'll put it on here. Then I'll put it on Patreon. Okay. Okay, Big Blue says that chat on the Patreon is ace. Lovely, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, we yesterday one of you in the chat was telling me about a trip to Japan and the art books that they got, and they happen to have the same art book. Well, not the same, but like a set of art books that I got from Miyazaki. So I took the chance to kind of take a quick snap of one of the books and show it to the chat. Yeah, you know, I am that kid that will bring you to his room and start showing you all his toys. That's kind of what I do, and the chat will give me an excuse to do that a lot and more often now. So yeah, join the chat. It'll be fun. Okay, am I running out of ink? I can't tell. Okay, let's work on the text here. Okay. Here we go. Oh, okay, that's actually fine. Oh, okay. Just gonna squeeze more ink out of this. And yeah, happy Friday to everyone. It's the end of a week. And there is something about doing work as the week is ending and it feels very chilled. And I know it's here in London, it's coming to what, 7 p.m. Well, 6:30, and a lot of people go out and see their mates and go to the pub and go for drinks, and I'm here inking pages. And I have to admit there is something about it that makes me feel like I'm getting ahead somehow, and I can't really explain it, but it feels like doing your homework ahead of time. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, not that I ever did my homework back in school, because I hated it. I hated homework. I spent all of my day after school procrastinating. My parents wouldn't let me go out on the school nights, so I had to stay home regardless. But I refused to do my homework, so I would just stay home sketching, making comics, watching stuff on TV, and trying to play uh, fuck all the strategy games that I had back then. Oh my god, Age of Empires. I used to play a lot of Age of Empires, and it will be my thing, and I will go home and play it for hours. And whenever my parents showed up because they were working, I will try and switch off the computer before so that I spend my time playing these games. Okay, I'm filling in these letters. Okay, I got a question from Kieran. Random question. Have I ever done a figure statue tool on my shelf tool? I have not. And I tell you why. I recently moved studio, and a lot of my toys are in boxes now. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but as I was taking them out, I felt like there is a lot of them that are not me anymore. Like I don't know, like they're nice, and a lot of them are collectibles. Some of them are just junk, and the space that I moved in is a lot smaller now, so I have to be more mindful of space. And so I just took some of my favorites, and still have a bunch of them in boxes. So I won't be able to do like a proper tour, like when I was in the other studio before, but it will be a good idea. And that being said, let me see if I don't fuck this up. All right, you guys. It is Friday, so let's take some little breaks and let's have a look at some toys. Okay, so right now, because this is all kind of makeshift at the moment, I've got this little statue that I got in Mexico, and I really like it. I believe is a Mayan statue as opposed to an Aztec statue, but I just love the look of it. I really like it. I've got a bunch of skulls like that in Mexico. Um, I've got a little Boba Fett that has this little magnetic stand, and I love this little guy here. This is one of my crossbone Gundams, and I've got one of these little cases that makes him look really fancy. Uh, this is the book that I was telling you about, guys. Look how thick that is. So I got my chunky reference books here, right at hand for when I'm working. As I've got a different desk here, and then I've got one of the many Birkins that I have. I've got another Mexican skull. I've got this beautiful print that I've got last week from an artist that I forgot her name, but you can see her signature here, and she's got this beautiful print that I got from her. And look at this! I got this special edition Tekken King Crate Blu-ray. I'm very happy about it. It comes with a little book, and I can't believe I didn't have this, but I have the whole box set of Cowboy Bebop on Blu-ray. So I've got these guys here. I'll have to find a place for them. And I've got one of my little skulls in another one of these things. I just feel like these little, I don't know what you call these little glass things, but it really makes everything feel a bit fancier. And yeah, so that's as far as kind of toys like that. I'm not going to show you the mess that I've got here, so I'm going to point at the floor. And I've got some of my vinyls here, and supposedly here's where I'm going to have kind of more toys. All right. I've got this Saku here that I really like. I've got Japanese special edition of Sunny. I've got this kind of little Mexican death ocarina thing, and I've got Eva 1 here and a Taya Matsumoto number 5 Japanese special edition. And that's kind of it for now. Like I told you guys, I've got boxes and boxes right now. Still haven't moved. I've got some toys here. I've got some Adventure Time. Got some very 2000s toys in here. I've got an Ashley Wood collectible. I've got an Eva 2 in there. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff in there. And that was it. And then I've got the books that I'm kind of putting together here for now. And I had a lot of it spread out in different shelves, and now this is what it is. But yeah, okay. Time to put you back on the stand. Thank you so much for participating in this tool. Okay, let me attach you now. And yeah, thanks, Kieran, for suggesting that. That was a nice little break. Oh, Kieran also has that DVD, so good. Well, that Blu-ray actually. And yeah, a bigger desk always makes things better. You have more space, but in my experience, the more space I have, the more mess I spread out. So yeah, I think you take as much space as you have. Okay, let's fill this in with black. But yeah, once I've set everything up in my studio properly and unbox everything, I'll do a proper tour, and then I'll decide what toys are staying and which ones are not. I might sell some of them. I don't really know. It's a bunch of things I need to sell that I'm not going to be using, so we'll see. Okay. But I'm definitely getting more Gunpla. You know, Gunpla is one of those things. I can't have enough of it. I've got a bunch of Gunpla boxes in the living room. Okay. All right. I think that is that for those two panels. Perhaps I'll add a bit of texture to the armor, but let me see. I'll close this guy right now, and I'll need the thinner pen here. Yeah, Kieran, that's exactly it. I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I'm just lazy. I just don't have time for it. What kind of stuff are you selling? What kind of collectibles are you trying to sell? I managed to sell a big collection of Legos that I had. I had a lot of Star Wars Legos, and they were really cool. But yeah, I just don't have the space for them anymore. Oh, thank you, thank you. Those hands are from Volume One, so I'm glad you like them, and I love the idea of Birkin shaking Bianca's hand, and her hand is so tiny, uh, and he's very gentle about it. Okay. No, I did not have a General Grievous. I had a lot of stormtroopers and clones, and that was it. I really like stormtroopers. That's kind of my thing. I like characters with helmets. So obviously, Boba Fett is one of my favorites, and I had a bunch of stormtroopers and clones with all the little vehicles and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna move you back, and we are moving on to the big action shot here. You're gonna work our way down so we don't smudge anything. Let me place you somewhere where I can still see what I'm doing. All right. I might have to bring you closer. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was me. Sorry. Okay. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I always start with the eyes of a character. And I'm not sure if all artists do the same, but it's out of habit, I think. Since I was a kid, this is how I draw characters. What? Okay. Okay, let's see what Kieran needs to sell. Yeah, Birkin is definitely an absolute unit. Okay, you got Pokemon cards, you got Funko Pops. Yeah, that's fair. Was Birkin always meant to be silent and very unexpressive? Yes, I have a thing for characters who don't say much. And one of my early comics from when I was at university, it was a big bear that didn't talk. So I feel like there is a lot of that character in Birkin now, and that's back when my style was very, very different. So I won't show you guys that, but I know that's a very present trope that I've had with my characters. Okay, you kept the Adventure Time ones. That's really cool. I love Adventure Time. Birkin as a Funko Pop. I can't picture it. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know what it would look like. But yeah, I think there wouldn't be any need. I mean, we have the vinyl already. I don't know. I think Funko Pops are not my cup of tea. So I feel like there is no need for it sometimes with certain characters. But if that's what you like, that's all good. All right, so let's draw a few birds here. That's one bird out of the way. Oh, I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It was a bit out of frame, was it? Okay. Let's do another one here. Tiny bird there. here. Here we go. Sorry guys, I went quiet as I'm trying to get some decent lines here. Okay. Okay. There you go. And by the way, today I'm using a different ink. Using a mix of this Pilot ink with my usual Rotring ink, this guy here. And I feel like I'm getting more flow, but hopefully that doesn't mean it looks less dark. So I like my black ink to look extra dark. Ooh, Jordan got a new Pilot Biro pen. Oh man, Pilot makes such great pens, honestly. Oh really, Jordan? That is quite weird. That is quite weird. I guess yeah. I guess I forget that Biro is not really a thing in the US. But you know, as I've always used Biros to sketch back in college and everything, that's kind of yeah. But you know, it's basically a pen. So yeah. Well, I'm glad you got one. Pilot pens or Biros, you know, they're pretty good. They're great quality, and they have various kind of ranges of nibs, so you can get really thin ones to do very delicate work. Um, Jordan had to Google what a biro was. I bet you thought it was some kind of special tool that people use to draw, and then you realize it was just a pen. What do you guys call it? A ballpoint, I think. So yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, apologies for that. That was unnecessarily confusing. It's just a random pen. And yeah, and now I've got a couple of Pilot Phantom pens, and then they're pretty good too. Okay, got a bunch of birds here. All right, let's work on the top of the sword. Do I think Birdking or Bianca will do well in Adventure Time or Berserk? They will definitely do well in Adventure Time. I think they will fit in very well, and it will be really cool. But in Berserk, it will be just too dark, too fucking dark for at least for Bianca. I mean, Birkin will do okay, but I will hate to see Bianca in such a dark world. Yeah, I think I'll rather not put her in that position. Okay, I'm gonna fill this in. Let's ink this bit here. Yeah, exactly. Birkin will be quite resilient, and you know we know he can take it. But with Bianca, I'll be I'll be quite concerned for her. You know, she's my girl. I don't want her to suffer. So, okay. All right. Okay, let's do this little bit of cape here. Is that a new ring? Which one are you looking at, Kieran? Well, in answer to you, no, I don't think any of these rings are new. Probably I just don't wear them as often. I think this is the one you've seen a lot. I think I wear this one a lot as well, and maybe this is the one you think is new, and it's also a custom-made ring I had made a few years ago, and it's got a little death running on a horse. Initially, it was made so I could make little seals, like so I could seal wax and stuff, but it didn't work. So now it just looks nice, but yeah, I like it. Okay, bring you back to this side, and here we go. I love the idea of punching a werewolf. That's so random. Okay. Yeah, it is a shame it didn't work. I think it needs to be a lot deeper. And I guess, once the ring is made, it's made. You already pay for it. And having a custom ring made is not the cheapest thing to do. So, you got to take some losses here and there. Okay. Adding some texture to this pauldron here. This is the most relaxing bit of the process. The sketch is all done. The layout is set. And now I just have to follow my lines. And whenever I feel like it's not right, I just deviate from it and just go for it. Here we go. Okay. Custom Birdking ring. That would be really cool. Yeah, maybe, you know what? That's not such a bad idea. Possibly once all four volumes are out as a celebratory thing, I might put some money together and get one. I'll see. I'll see how I feel about it. But yeah, that'll be cool. It's just it's expensive, and I, you know, I don't think I can afford to do it so often. So yeah. Okay, this pen is feeling dry, so I'm gonna squeeze a bit of ink out of it. There we go. Okay. Making sure I don't have ink on my hands. Okay. Okay. I'll go for the jewel here, which is supposed to be very straight with all these sharp corners, but I always mess it up. Okay. Voila. Got all that done. Now we'll do little lines. Okay. Okay. Am I missing something here? Oh yeah. I still need to do that arrow here on the left. So let's get to that. Oh, and there's another tiny bird here. Okay. Move on to the right shoulder and his hand. There's a lot of tiny birds. Okay. I'm trying not to touch the paper with this finger, but I think I might as well just clean it now because it's going to be messy. Just guys, bear with me while I clean this finger. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay. Yeah, wet towels. Sorry, wet towels are definitely the way to go with inky hands. I want to hear some good news. Cool Tunes, please tell us. What are the good news? Tell us. Okay, this is all done. Whoa, you hit page 80 of your book today. That is mad. Well done. That is definitely an achievement. That is absolutely mad. Well done. I wish I was on page 80. I'll try and catch up with you. Getting there, but 80 pages, that is remarkable. That is a big achievement, so well done. And Cool Tools, is this your first comic or have you done quite a few before it? Because if this is your first comic, that is a big, big achievement. You know, 80 pages is not for the faint-hearted, I'll tell you that. Okay. 1 page stories and 10 pages. Wow, that's a big jump. Jumping from 10 pages to, and I know your entire book is not going to be only 80 pages, but from 10 pages to 80 pages, that is a big achievement and it must feel amazing. Well done. Uh, Usually, I recommend to people who are getting into comics to kind of work towards a certain number of pages. So if you've done 1 page, then your next challenge should be doing a 5 pager, and then move on to a 10 pager, then move on to a 20 pager, and then a 50 pager, and then eventually you work your way up to like 100 pages, etc. But you went from 10 to 80, and I know you were aiming for 140, so that is mad. Like, well done. Okay. All right, we got the hands here. Yeah, that's the thing about comics. Obviously, you spend so much time doing these pages, and people read them within seconds. But you know, it's just part of the process. It's part of how people consume comics and manga, and it doesn't affect the work in itself. Okay, let me see how we're getting on with this. Yeah, all right. Got a lot of chain links here. Okay. So 5 months of work and reading moments. Yeah, I try to think about that. That's true. You work on it for months, and people get through it in like a few minutes. Um, but that's only thinking about the regular reader. There is people who will read a book and then go over it many, many times to look at the art and study your shots and kind of have a look at how you did things, and those are the people you're really doing this stuff for. All the attention to detail, and ultimately is for you, obviously, as we know. Okay, let me finish this here. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize you guys were out of focus here. My bad. Okay. Okay, let's go on to the left arm of Birdking. Oh, I see. Sorry guys, my stand is playing up a little bit. Little tripod. Okay, just have to get a little bit tighter. Here we go. All right. Any publisher I'd like to recommend for someone who wants creative control of their work? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious for me. I'll recommend Dark Horse. They they are pretty good at letting you do what you need to do with your book. Although, you know, your work needs to get accepted by them, if that's the right word. Like, I recommended it to a very talented comic artist who I know, and his book got cancelled halfway through. So, there's also that. Um, but if you get to choose whoever you work with, as far as US comic publishers go, I think Dark Horse Comics are pretty good. They like to do things differently. They have a lot of respect for the creators, and it really works. So yeah, I know Image is supposed to be pretty good too, but I obviously I can't say anything about it because I haven't worked with them. But I did try to approach Image back in the day, and it was pretty difficult. But if you manage to swing that, then good. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, we got Kevin here. Let's see. All right, Kevin. Can you tell us about your tattoo career? How it started? How is it going? Are you working in the studio? How did you get a spot plan? Blah blah blah. Love comic book work. Patron, keep it up. Thank you, Kevin. All right, Kevin. So tattoos. How did it start? Uh, in the early days of my work being online, mostly Instagram, a lot of people, well, it felt like a lot of people to me at the time, were getting my work tattoo on them. Um, there was a period where a lot of Russian kids were getting my work tattoo on them, and they will send me pictures on DMs to show me the tattoos they got. And initially, I felt flattered about it that people were okay with tattooing my work on their bodies forever. And then eventually, the more pictures I got sent out, I've noticed how each tattoo artist will change something here and there, or it would just look completely different to what I was doing. And but they will still go out and tell others that this was CROM's work, and something about that didn't sit well with me. The idea that there'll be this, someone out there telling their friends, "Oh, look, this is what CROM's work looks like," and it will look a bit shit. So I guess I wanted to kind of have some ownership over my work and have some control over how it looks. And I was fortunate enough that one of my best friends at the time, she was a tattoo artist. When I told her about it, she just blankly said, "Well, why don't you just tattoo them yourself?" And at the time, it didn't cross my mind to just be a tattoo artist because it just felt like a completely different career from what I was doing. Because obviously, comics and I guess illustration was kind of my focus at the time. Um, whoop, this is falling again. Sorry, guys. And then I started training with her, and I opened my books after a year of training to practice, and I offer free tattoos at the time, and I was quite taken aback because a lot of people travel to the UK just to get free tattoos, and that was crazy to me, and that's kind of how everything kind of started off. And then yeah, never looked back after that. It was quite fun to tattoo, and it's still quite exciting that people are willing to have my work on their bodies forever. Um, and then what? So you're asking me any guest spots planned? I don't have anything planned at the moment. I haven't tattooed this year. I had to move because I had to move my studio, so I don't have a space to tattoo at the moment. I'm trying to finish Birdking, so that's taking a lot of my time. So right now, I'm not officially tattooing. I'm hoping to open my books at some point, but I don't really know when. It's just Birkin Volume 4 is taking a lot of my time right now. Mm, and yeah, I in London I tattoo privately, and obviously when I travel, I go to tattoo shops that welcome me and let me do a guest spot here and there. I don't have anything planned at the moment, but if I do a guest spot soon, I think the easiest and the kind of more straightforward guest spot for me is Paris, because I have friends in Paris, and I have tattoo studios in Paris who are happy to welcome me back anytime. I did one was it last year? I think last year I did a tattoo spot in Paris, and it's just very easy for me to kind of get there and set it all up. So if I do it, it will be France for sure. Uh, I did some tattoo spots in the US a few years ago, but it's not something that is in my books, especially these days. So I might wait quite a few years before I go back to the US to do anything like that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. We move on to this side. Let me move here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We'll turn it off. Are we looking? We're looking okay. Oh, took the whole platform off. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're looking okay. Let's carry on. It's a big image, so it's going to take a while. All right. Let me turn the light on of the whole room. All right, what's Kevin saying? He works in Dublin Inc. in Ireland, and I've always been more than welcome. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that, man. I've never been to Ireland, and I love to. I love to do it one day, and going tattooing there will be super cool. So yeah, I'll look it up. Dublin Inc. Definitely something that I would love to do. But yeah, for now, I just need to finish this book. It's taking a lot of my time, and I want to do it properly. Okay. Got a little spear here. Okay. Tiny lines here. Okay. Okay. Oh, you can hear the wind. Mate, yeah, it's really windy here. Okay. All right. I think I've got it now. Okay, that little shield here. I'll put you guys on top. That little shield here. I'm gonna have to do that with a super thin pen. This one is not thin enough to do that, so I'll leave that last. Same with the logo on this little bit here. I'm gonna have to do that later. I'll just do the outline for now. Okay. Have I watched any anime lately? Yes. So I've been revisiting a few anime shows. Um, Obviously, I've been watching Gundam because I love Gundam. So I was watching Gundam Wing a few weeks ago. Uh, a I watched that anime about those girls who want to be animators. It's a very short series with like 10 episodes and it's super fun. I think it's called Keep Your Hands Off Inosuke or something along those lines. And I love that show. Uh, and then I've gone old school and we're rewatching Attack on Titan because I never watched the end of it. So we are rewatching the whole thing. Um, and that's kind of it, really. I need to find time to watch a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of things I need to watch, and I just haven't had the time, or sometimes I'm just too tired to kind of pay attention to it properly. Uh, yeah. What anime have you guys been watching recently? Any recommendations that you guys have for me? I will really appreciate it. Okay. Samurai Champloo, yeah, absolute classic. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Samurai Champloo is great. Yeah, I've seen that anime 1,000 times and I love it. And I guess my question here for the chat is if you've seen Samurai Champloo, if you watched it, are you a Jin character or are you a Mugen character? That is the real question here. Do you support who do you think fights best, Mugen or Jin? Okay. Trying to get some ink out of this pen. Okay. You're a Fu character. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Fu is the best. That is true. Uh, get into it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Attack on Titan is one of those weird ones. Is it has some good seasons and then just gets weird. So I'm trying to give it another shot. Oh, Garen Langen. Yep, that is a classic. Oh, Kill Kill. Yes. Okay, those are absolute 2000s classics. I love them. Okay, Cooltools has been watching Berserk. Oh yeah, the Blu-ray thing. Okay, that is really cool. Mugen. Okay, Mugen style. Yeah. I mean, I guess you never find out who's stronger, Mugen or Jin. Oh, guys, I'm doing this spear and it's not looking straight at all. But I gotta do it. There. Done. Okay. X, X, X. Okay. Let's draw that hand. Birdking's hand is right here. X. Okay. Let's kind of finish the cape. It should be all black, I think. Okay. Got his sword here to draw that. Okay. So I've got this line here, and okay, let me guys sit properly, and that's gonna be all right. I'm gonna hold my breath for that one. Here we go. That's okay. It's not the best, but it will do. Done. All right, yeah, that works for now. And we'll do the shields and the little kind of motifs on her uniform. But for that, I'm going to use an isograph. Here we go. I'm going to bring you very, very close to that. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Wait, this is number 5. Okay, ooh, that was close. I need to use number 3. Here we go. Okay, now we go for the skull. Oh, hello, Alex. Alex is here. Kieran is liking the panel. And all right. So, what's Coulton saying? What does a story need for you to be interested? I'm asking around to see if my story is okay enough. What does it need to be interesting? I mean, that is the magic question. I think it changes for everyone, but I think important thing is for you to care about the characters. You need to make your audience or your readers care about your characters, and why should they care about your characters. And I feel like if you can't relate to your character, you don't care about them, so they need to be centered into something, at least one of your characters, and that's quite important. Ultimately, narrative is a whole thing. There's not a formula to it. Okay, we move on to Bianca here. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you. I'm glad you love the outfits. They are very different, as this is very far into the story. So, story-wise, don't try to think too much about it. I don't want the story to be spoiled for you. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna work on Bianca's face, and I'm still not sure if that's something where I'll need the isograph or I can just use my regular pen. So, let's try that for now. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. Kieran will close his eyes. And Coulton's has got a couple who wants to see each other again. One died and came back to life and killed a small kaiju, while the other was isolated and battled loneliness, a mental struggle and physical struggle. That is pretty cool. That's a nice setting. And I guess you have to make both characters quite believable, from a human point of view, and get people to care about them. Okay. Okay, move down here. Okay. All right, let's do Bianca's little birthmarks on her face. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so Alex, he's been trying out some of the advice I gave him last week. Okay, great. It's been helping doing the outline of work. Back to the textures and again the spots. Glad to hear it, Alex. Glad to hear it. That's what we're here for, to share information and support each other on our creative journey. Okay. Okay, that's another bit of armor done. Okay. You can see Bianca's all kitted out, ready for battle here. Would you like a warhammer over a smithing hammer? I mean, that is a good question, and I think she prefers a warhammer, but she does use her warhammer to do blacksmithing, which is weird, and she shouldn't. But that's just how I've drawn it all these years. Okay. Pull you back a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's one boot. Let's move on to the left boot. Okay. Alrighty, let's complete this here. I'll move all the way down. You guys can see here, she was supposed to have like a little blacksmith hammer hanging from the back, and I've just taken it out. I didn't feel like it anymore. Okay, and I need to do a bit of shadowing there, so let me change my pen. You went to the inventory, that's right, and then we'll sell it in the next town. Okay. Right here. Okay. It gets quite hard to get all of this into frame as I get to the bottom of the page. Move you here. All right. Okay. Got Birdking's cape coming out a little bit here. Okay, let me check. What have I forgotten here? Okay, I think I've got some bits of texture on the floor. Perspective lines that I like to keep. Okay, gonna ink there. Okay. Guys, my phone is at 5% battery. I hadn't noticed how long we've been on here. So if I go offline randomly, you know why. And that will be the end of the live stream, because I think if my phone goes off, it will... okay. I've got it. I've just plugged it to... supposed to be... okay. Hopefully, I'm at 4%. Hopefully that won't be it. Let's... I'll give you a quick look of the whole page just in case, but I mean, I just plugged the phone and managed to get it charging, but you know. All right, so that's where we are so far. Let's carry on, and hopefully my phone won't run out of battery. Okay. Okay, what have I got here? X here, X, X. It's going to be difficult here. X there. X. This is going to be difficult here. Now we're going to leave this the color of the armor, because that's going to spoil the outline. This one, we're committed to it, so we must have to do it now. Sounds like technical issues. Love the streams and being heard. Thank you. Man, technical issues, they will happen every time. And also, I feel like the stream today is been going for an hour and a half, so it's one of the longest live streams we've had, and that's probably why as well. Okay. All right, so Cool Tunes will be going away for a bit, and he's left me in charge of the chat. He doesn't want the chat to die, since he's the official chat